Hey guys, Atsu here, and welcome to my very first impressions of Yelan. I've been lucky enough to be allowed onto the media server by Hoyoverse, which means this Yelan is not actually mine. I don't get to keep any of these characters or any of these constellations, but allows me to record some footage early for YouTube. So thank you to Hoyoverse, and thank you to you guys for watching my content. So Yelan in this video, as you can see, is level 90. She's going to have her signature weapon, the Aqua Simulacra. I would also like to test out the Elegy for the end, as well as the Favonius Warbow and the Sacrificial Bow as well. Energy recharge does seem to be a slight issue on Yelan at the moment. We have got Emblem of Severed Fate 4-piece because her elemental burst is going to be the main part of her kit, as well as the fact that she needs a bit of energy recharge. Constellations, as you can see, are 0. I can go all the way up to Constellation 6, as you can see underneath my webcam there. But again, these constellations don't actually belong to me. This Yelan does not belong to me, and I will be able to upload a Constellation 6 Yelan video later on in the day. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Talent levels are going to be 666. So let us begin. Alrighty, so what are we going to do? We're going to be taking on Masanori, and first things first, I want to show you guys the damage of Yelan's elemental burst and how exactly it works. So there's many different caveats going into this, which I will touch on by going through her talents in a moment. We've got the stronger version of Masanori right now. So this is going to be Yelan's elemental skill. As you can see, she can dash through. However, having said that, it's worth keeping in mind that you will still take damage in that form, and she did just over 35,000 damage there, which is very, very nice. Let's reset our shield here for Zhongli, and I'm going to put this down as well. Okay, so there's a little bit of damage coming through there, 14,000 from the actual burst itself. And now Yelan, as you can see, her elemental burst is starting to scale up. The damage of each strike here is slowly increasing, slowly but surely, and it went up to 11,000 before it expired there towards the end. So there, just now, Yelan was about to do around 10,000 damage each, which is pretty darn nice. I have to say, it's pretty darn nice. So 10,000 damage per proc, not bad at all. Now, if we go to her energy, as you can see here, she's barely restored anything, right? She has barely restored anything. Let's exit that. 27,000 damage, which is, honestly speaking, not that great. You want to have more energy, so either you're going to have Raiden, an energy recharge timepiece, or you're going to need a hydro battery, and in this case, I think we all know who that's going to be. It's going to be Yelan Jr., which is going to be Xingqiu. So we take those hydro particles, and Yelan is now finally back up to full. So let's do this. 36,000. And then, likewise again, you can see each proc, we're hitting 3 times each time. So that's quite a lot of damage. To be honest, if you're looking at it from that perspective, the damage is pretty good. So each time, assuming we're critting, we're averaging around between 20 to 30,000 damage each time. Now, something that's worth keeping in mind with Yelan is this talent over here, which is Adapt with Ease. I'm going to hide my webcam for this so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. And as you can see here, it says, so long as Exquisite Throw is in play, so your elemental burst, Yelan's elemental burst, your own active character deals 1% more damage. This increases by further 3.5% damage every second. The maximum increase of damage dealt is 50%. The pre-existing effect will be dispelled if Depth Clarion Dice is recast during its duration. So, what does this mean? This means all forms of damage are going to increase for your active character while Yelan's burst is attached to them. So likewise to Xingqiu, the elemental burst is going to be attached to XYZ character that you put on the field. Naturally, people are going to want to use this with a pyro character or a cryo character, so you get some perma reactions off. It works with the elemental burst of Raiden Shogun as well, so that's something worth keeping in mind. As we know, Beidou doesn't work with Raiden Shogun's elemental burst, but Xingqiu and also Yelan work there. You also have this passive here, which is turn control. So when the party has 1, 2, 3, 4 elemental types, Yelan's max HP is increased by 6, 12, 18, 30% respectively. So ideally, you do want to have multiple different elements in your party. However, guys, as you saw there, the energy recharge for Yelan by herself is not very good. So you ideally want to have either Raiden or a Xingqiu, another hydro character to battery for Yelan. And by battery, I mean give her energy particles that are hydro particles to give her the energy that she needs. Because this Yelan already right now is on 163.4% energy recharge. It's not bad. That is genuinely not bad at all. And if we change the timepiece from, let's say, this HP percent to an energy recharge piece instead, let's yoink this one here. The stats are going to be pretty similar other than the HP decreases, meaning the damage is going to decrease because Yelan's damage scales off her HP. However, we are going to go all the way up to 202.9% energy recharge. The crit rate and crit damage is virtually the same there. So let's see how much damage we're going to lose here. And first of all, let's get our elemental burst back and see how quickly it comes back this time. So here we go again. Remember, we were hitting for around 10,000 each time. Around 20 to 30,000 if you count in all the procs at the same time, right? Let's do this, and let's do this again, and absorb all of this with Yelan. Very nice. Elemental skill does 29,703, so we have lost a significant chunk of damage there. And then we'll do this. And we're doing 8,000, 8,700, 8,900, 9,000. It's going up, of course, because of Yelan's passive. 9,500, 9,864, 9,999, 10,000 damage, 10,268. So, again, it definitely went down there. I would say a reasonable amount because the first time round there was a lot more. It started off closer to 10,000 and we were starting off in the 8,000s there. However, the question is, how much energy can Yelan get back like this? So, if we use Xingqiu to battery, let's see what happens here. Okay, and Yelan's already back up with her energy recharge. But her energy recharge now is 202.9%. Now, the downside of doing this strategy is, of course, not everyone wants to have Xingqiu and Yelan in the same team, right? So, if we're looking at the characters that are available to us, which I can't right now. So, if we're looking at the different Hydro characters in here, because ideally what I know a lot of people want to do is they want to separate Xingqiu and Yelan and have them on different teams. The other Hydro characters that are available to us, if we go by... Okay, so Zhongli and... For some reason... Zhongli and Yoimi are showing here, but I'm assuming it's because they're in my party. Well, these are the only Hydro characters in the game, guys. And if we're looking at these... None of these characters restore Hydro energy that well compared to Xingqiu. So this is I would say a minor problem. And I would say for most players will therefore want, with the Emblem of Severed Fate, they're gonna want to go with an energy recharge. Either they want the energy recharge timepiece, or they go the HP percent timepiece. If we can go find the one that we had just now. I think it was a Gladiator's piece over here. And you want to have, instead, an energy recharge bow. So in this case, let's go with, for example, the Sacrificial Bow here. And when that happens, as you can see, now my crit damage is non-existent. It's gone from 67% crit rate to 156.5% crit damage, energy recharge at 194%, and then the HP is 35,741. So obviously, the best bows that you are going to be looking at are the Aqua Simulacra, or alternatively, you want to go for the Elegy for the end as well. So if I go for the Elegy for the end here, we've got 218.5% energy recharge, a little bit more attack, although I don't really think attack really matters here. And then if we go look at the artifacts, we have Gladiator's Longing as well. So these energy recharge bows, Favonius Warbow is another option as well, are worth considering. But let's start off with the Sacrificial Bow and see exactly how this is going to work out and play out for us. So here we go, Masanori, here we go again. What are we going to see here? Shall we spar? Yes, sir. Okay, let's put the shield on. And hopefully we can get the proc again for Yelan over here. Right, we'll do that. And I didn't get the proc. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to do this. And then I go this. Oh, we got the back-to-back there. Oh, and the energy is already back with the Sacrificial Bow. However, as you can see... We're hitting around 7,000. That's not bad. Honestly speaking, guys, that is genuinely not bad. Other than the fact that we're dying right now, I would say that was not bad. And like this, maybe we don't need Xingqiu here. So that's something worth keeping in mind. Have we eliminated the first phase already? Yes, we have. Okay. So, I'm going to drop Xingqiu here. And let's see what happens. We're using a 4-star bow at the moment. We want another random element. So let's go with... Let's go official. We'll go with this. Okay. And I know people are waiting for me to be like, oh, use the pyro character already. But right now, I want to showcase and demonstrate what Yelan is capable of by herself. And as you can tell, the reaction damage is going to come through in a moment here. So, is the Sacrificial Bow going to be good enough by itself? So if we do this, okay, we do this, okay, we do that. The energy particles, almost enough, it's almost enough. At the moment, by Yelan by herself, she is about to hit around 8,000 damage with her procs there, which is not bad. It's not bad, it's definitely not bad, but I would not say it's great. But however, with this build, you can see she's got enough to get her burst back already. So, let's put Oz down. Let's put you down. Let's put you down. And then let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. And as you can see, the damage is pretty good. It's pretty good there. And I think we're going to need an enemy that's a little bit stronger than that. So, let's head on over to... Who would be able to tank all of this damage? So, let's approach. Let's approach. Put that down. We'll put that down. Oh, I made a mistake. That's not what I wanted to do. That's also not what I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. I don't see Raiden. Raiden's over there. So, Yoimiya's damage is increasing here, as you can see. Bit by bit, it's increasing. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It could definitely be better, though. So, let's do this. Get the double proc in. It's barely enough. It's just not quite enough to get her burst back, unfortunately. Oh, it's just too short. I'm missing a teeny tiny bit of energy recharge on this build for it to be perfectly cyclical. So I do think she wants 200% plus energy recharge on this build. Now, having said that, I do have a lot of energy recharge on my substats. So it might be a little bit tricky, even with the Sacrificial Bow. But having said that, I would say overall, it is pretty good. Now, let us switch over and head on over to the Spiral Abyss. Because in the Spiral Abyss, as you guys know, there's multiple enemies. And there's something different you can do with Yelan if you have multiple enemies. So let me just switch up my build and I'll see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, so this time around we are in the Abyss. I've gone for the Elegy for the end on Yelan, and this is where Yelan becomes really enjoyable, but at the same time it becomes very tempting to go for Constellation 6 on Yelan, because you kind of want to change her into your main DPS, and you don't want to keep switching on and off her, on and off her, on and off her. So here we go. So we start the challenge here. Let's put our shield down. We'll put this down as well, and look at this. This is where you can connect all the enemies together. And as you can see, they're strung up together. Now, what you get after doing this is you get this ability which allows you to do a special charge shot with Yelan. And the chances of activating this increase either by being out of combat, or alternatively, you string your elemental skill by hitting multiple enemies. So, if we have this right now, you can see the glow on her hand here. That means, oh, I don't actually have it. So if I do this... Okay, if I do this, now I have the glow on my hand around the wrist there. And this will charge up my shot very quickly. And it will do that special vaporize attack. Right, so what do we want to do here now? We're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. And then I'm going to go through like this. Boom. And now, Yelan coming through with interesting amounts of damage here. We do have our elemental burst back already because we eliminated some enemies, so don't be fooled. That is slightly different. Okay, we'll put our elemental burst down here. And this is what I wanted to try earlier. So, we'll put this down. We'll put this down. And then we're going to go in with Raiden. So with Raiden, as you can see, unlike before, where the elemental burst damage started increasing, this is now just a fixed 7,719 damage whenever it crits, right? So it's not always going to increase. The only time it's going to increase is when Yelan is on the field for yourself. So, again, for those of you who are slightly confused by what I'm saying here, Yelan has a passive talent which increases her damage each time her elemental burst is on the field per second. As you can see, it's going up now, 7,700. Should be going to around 8,000 damage here in a moment. Oh, my shield has worn off here. Yelan is dying. I repeat, Yelan is dying. So I wasn't able to show it there properly, but the point is essentially that Yelan's damage is not going to increase unless Yelan is the active character with her passive element or with her passive abilities, what I meant to say. Let's string all of these enemies together. Boom. Boom. That's actually so satisfying. It really does make you want to play Yelan as your main DPS dealer. And to do that, you kind of want her constellations. Her constellations... This is Lifeline gains 1 additional charge. That's basically the energy recharge constellation. It means her elemental skill, guys, is going to gain an extra charge. Constellation 2 is, I'm going to hide my webcam for this. When Exquisite Throw, the elemental burst, conducts a coordinated attack, it will fire an additional water arrow that will deal 14% of Yelan's max HP as hydro damage. This effect can trigger once every 1.8 seconds. Now, from my understanding, Yelan does not apply as much hydro as Xingqiu. If we have Constellation 2, this somewhat remedies that. I'm not 100% certain, but I do believe that this Constellation 2 is a delayed attack, which means it's applying another count of hydro, so you will have more hydro application, in which case that this allows Yelan to somewhat rival Xingqiu in hydro application. So that's Constellation 2. We got Constellation 3, which is of course just a little bit more skill levels. And then we have Constellation 4, Bait and Switch, which increases all party members' max HP by 10% for 25 seconds for every opponent marked by Lifeline when the Lifeline explodes. A maximum increase of 40% max HP can be attained in this manner. So this is actually going to give you more damage on Hu Tao if she has Staff of Homer. It's going to give you more damage on Zhongli. It's going to give you more damage on Ayato. It's going to give you more damage on Yelan herself. Anybody that has any damage that will scale off HP will actually gain a slight damage increase from, well, I say slight, 40% is quite a lot. And it's for 25 seconds as well. So I'm very excited to try this one out. This should be very, very interesting. So yes, a maximum increase of 40% of max HP. So if you have, for example, 40,000 HP on your Zhongli, for example, he will then be able to go up to, if I'm not mistaken, 56,000? He'll gain 16,000 extra bonus HP. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. And then we've got Constellation 5, which is, of course, again, level ups. And then we have Constellation 6. Now, Constellation 6 completely changes Yelan's playstyle and allows you, very similarly to Kazuha, play her as either a support or the main DPS. So after using Depth Clarion Dice, Yelan will enter the Mastermind state. In this state, all of Yelan's normal attacks will be special breakthrough barbs. These breakthrough barbs will have similar abilities to normal ones, and the damage dealt will be considered charge attack damage, dealing 156% of a normal breakthrough barb's damage. The Mastermind state will last 20 seconds and will be cleared after Yelan fires 5 arrows. So do keep that part in mind. It's only the very first 5 attacks that get this buff, but what essentially is going to happen is, if you can see here, again, around Yelan's wrist, her bracelet is glowing right now. And when that happens, you get this special charge attack animation, which happens very quickly. As you can see there, it's pretty much instant. And then when you fire it, it does basically bonus damage, which scales off your HP. Let's fire that over there. Overall, I have to say Yelan, and you might be thinking the damage wasn't that crazy. Remember, guys, it is a talent level 666 Yelan. It is only talent level 666. Let's go to 699 first, because I know some people won't crown her, but we'll go up to 699, right? We'll go for 699. Let's see what we have here now. Back to Masanori we go. Okay, we've unlocked the harder Masanori. Masanori past midnight to 4 a.m. does more, I think, more damage and has more HP. Right, there we go. You can see the purple glow on him. So, here we go. Yelan. How much is that going to do? 46,000 damage. Okay, 18,000 damage. We're hitting in the 12,000s already. 13,000. It's scaling up. It's going up. It's going up to 14,000. 14,300. 14,500. 15,000? I think we did get to 15,000 there. Unfortunately, the Zhongli shield expired while we were doing that. Let's go through that. 46,000 damage. I have to say, talent level 699, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Again, though, the downside is, of course, 57,000 damage? Wait, why did it go up? Oh, it's because I used Kazuha. That's why the damage went up. Obviously, I completely forgot. So this should be another 57,000. Yes, another 57,000 because we had Kazuha in there as well. Right, let us finish you off and we'll quickly do you again. Please don't take that out of context, guys. Okay, right. Here we go. Are you guys ready for this? I'm still not my match. You are still not my match. You are not. Okay. So I have to time this carefully because I want Zhongli's shield to last long enough. Okay, so we are going to do this first. Alright, we'll do this. We'll put the shield down. And now we go back on this. Right, here we go. How much damage are we going to be able to see here? I probably should have used Kazuha here, but it is what it is. This is without Kazuha, so you guys know essentially what the raw damage is. 15,000? 15,352! 15,352 times 3, guys. That's 45,000 damage. That is 45,000 damage. Talent level 699. With the signature weapon, the Aqua Simulacra. I would say that's pretty good. I would say that is pretty darn good. All right, let's finish him off. And we're going to switch to a 4-star weapon and see how much that is. I'm going to go with Sacrificial Bow because this weapons banner does actually have the Sacrificial Bow incoming. So let's take a look. Sacrificial Bow. Here we go again. Shall we spar? Yes, sir. Alright, we'll put this down. Oh, it's not in super powered mode here, but okay, only 11,000 because we didn't crit. We'll go again. 28,000. Wow, we lost like 20,000 damage. Oof. We lost like 20,000. That's a lot. That is a lot of damage that we lost there. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 8,000 damage. Again, talent level 699. 8,000 damage, 9,000. I think we're going to be able to get to 10,000 here. 10,000? Do we get a 10? We do get the 10,000 damage. 10,000 damage. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. And remember, guys, that's 10,000 damage each hit. And if you are critting with every single hit, you're actually doing 30,000 damage there. So let's take a look at the stats that we have on Yelan right now. That is 37,475. We've got ourselves 67% crit rate, 156.5% crit damage, 194% energy recharge, and we have got the Hydra damage bonus of 46.6%. We've got the R5 Sacrificial Bow at level 90, and then the artifacts are going to be Emblem of Severed Fate. The timepiece is going to be a HP timepiece, and then we have a Hydro damage goblet as well. Constellation is at 0. This time around, talent levels are going to be 699. So the talent levels do make a difference. So make sure to level up your talent. So keep that in mind as well. Right, let's get our energy back. Okay, so we are at midnight again. Masanori should be the stronger version here. I need to make sure that I have Zhongli's shield down in a non-disruptive position. So actually, I'm going to go with... Ooh, where should I do this? All right, we're going to put the pillar down here. We're going to switch here. Do this. And then straight in like this. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Look at the damage here. Oh, my. Okay, 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 okay. So this does allow for Yoimiya to vaporize some of her strikes here. I'm going to put this down. Another shield. We've got the fast strike there. 19,000 HP. 13,000 only there. And as you can see, we don't even get half the elemental burst back using this bow. We are using her signature bow again, but you know, it's a little bit copium. 46,000 damage there. It's not ideal. If I'm being honest, guys, the energy recharge I think is better for consistency. You either go energy recharge timepiece or energy recharge bow. So you have options, which is the good thing is that you have options. Hu Tao. I know people are curious about Hu Tao, so let's go ahead and try it out with Hu Tao. Right. Hu Tao does not have her burst, but that shouldn't be a problem. I do need Hu Tao's HP to be under 50% though. I'm going to go with Zhongli first. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. Right. Okay, we do get the vaporizers off. The Hydro is strong enough for Hu Tao, as you can see here. Oh my goodness. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, I have to say, very, very nice. And then the 46,000 and a little vaporize at the end there from the Hu Tao passive. Something else I would like to see is, would the damage be better if instead I use double Geo instead? That's actually something I'm very curious about. So we did get to, if I'm not mistaken, around 15,000 damage at the very end of Yelan's burst. We have double Geo now, which is a slight damage increase. 48,000. Okay, okay, I see you. Here we go. Oh, my shield's not going to last long enough here. Let me drop this real quick. 14,000, 14,000. Are we going to break 15,000? We do break 15.3, 15.5. Okay. Okay, so the double Geo is actually better. With the stats that I have right now, the double Geo is better to have than having a random fourth character that you won't use. Now, naturally, if you have Kazuha, it's better to have Kazuha because Kazuha is going to increase your damage way more than what Yelan was doing for me just now. 48,000, or rather what Aether was doing for me just now. But obviously like this, if I have Aether, it's also nice as well. Decent amount of damage I can get from Aether too. And of course, the double Geo Resonance is really, really strong. So if we go in here, if we go into this... Oh, I can't do this right now. Goodbye. So if we go into the party and we look at the elemental resonances, I think the only one worth having is this one. Increasing your shield strength by 15% is great. Additionally, characters protected by shield will have the following special characteristics. Damage dealt increased by 15%, which is also really nice as well. Dealing damage to enemies will decrease their Geo resistance by 20% for 15 seconds as well. So double Geo with Yelan works nicely as well. So that is quite a lot of information, and it's a little bit all over the place, so I do apologize. I'm going to try and edit this down to be as concise as possible. But my overall final verdict of Yelan is she's incredible. She's really, really, really strong. At talent level 699, you can either give her the Aqua Simulacra weapon. If you are okay with energy recharge, having your team basically fostered around waiting for Yelan's elemental burst, whether you put Raiden in there, you put a Xingqiu battery in there, you put other characters in there to battery up, I think that's going to be a-okay. The one thing I think that is really, really nice about Yelan, other than all the other things that are really good, is that she can use loads of different bows. You can go with the Aqua Simulacra. You probably don't want to go with a Thundering Pulse, but it is an option. I don't recommend it. Elegy for the end works as well for Yelan. You can also go for the Sacrificial Bow. You can also go for the Favonius Warbow as well. Now, Favonius Warbow, I think, is probably going to be... You know what? Let's quickly try it out. Favonius Warbow. How good is the energy recharge with Favonius Warbow? Okay, here we go. Let's do this very, very quickly. Shall we spar? Yes. Favonius Warbow has way more energy recharge, so that is something worth keeping in mind. Let's do that. Now, that's not going to help me right now because I can't really tell how much energy I'm getting back here. Okay. So, the Favonius Warbow proc there. Oh! Favonius Warbow! Favonius Warbow! Okay! Well, if you have a high refinement ranked Favonius Warbow, guys, as we saw there, Favonius Warbow. Very good. Because it's every 6 seconds. Okay, okay. And the Favonius Warbow will give you way more energy recharge than the Sacrificial Bow. So both options are fine. Sacrificial Bow and Favonius Warbow, both are excellent options. Again, it really depends what you want. If you are going for the energy recharge bow, you want the HP timepiece. If you are going for the energy recharge timepiece, then you probably want to focus your bow into crit damage or crit rate. So yes, hopefully that has been somewhat helpful, and thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. As I quickly do this, let me just do this and this. Goodbye. So satisfying. She is very, very fun to play. I like her a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.